Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel Jaria Creates. I hope you guys are doing well because I'm doing fantastic. But today's video will be a story time. So this story time is about my first job. So this started about last year before I graduated high school, and I was job searching because I graduated early. Graduated in January, so I was home most of the year last year. So I went on job hunting, and I was applying to multiple jobs, but I wasn't getting any luck. So my mom mentioned to me, I think either April or like the beginning of May, about this lady looking for an assistant. So my mom contacted her and told her about me, and she gave me an interview. So I went to the interview with my grandma on my dad's side of the family. She took me there so I could do my interview. I was able to wear whatever I wanted. So I remember exactly what I had on. I had on my red wig, it was curly. I had on a tan long sleeve cardigan. I had on a shirt with multiple colors in it, and then I had on jeans, and I had on some black sandals with gold on the back of them. So I went to the interview, and there was a lady in there, and she was getting her hair done or whatever, and I guess she was about to leave because after she's about to start asking me questions, the lady walked up to the mirror, you know, looking at her hair or whatever. So she told me to tell me about myself to her. She interrupted me and just started talking about job, and by the way, it was a hair salon. So she really didn't give me an actual interview, so it made it easier for me because I wasn't really skilled at interviews. Like when I get around new people, I get nervous and stuff like that. So she made it easy for me, you know. She just gave me a rundown of the shop, like what's going to be happening if you work here, the type of people she likes to work with her, you know, the rules of what you have to do and stuff like that. So she basically gave me the job. She was like, I really like you, but you don't have a car. But she still hired me anyway. So she let me do something so I could get used to the job before I started. So before the lady left, I took her money and I wrote her a receipt. So after that she left, and we talked a little bit more. She told me, you know, you can start tomorrow or whatever, you know, be cute, whatever you want. So I was like, all right. I was so happy. I was excited. It's like, finally, I got me a job. And I'm not even working at fast food. I'm working at a hair salon. Like, that's not even something that you would expect. So I walked down the hallway, went in the car, and I told my grandma, you know, what happened. I told her, you know, I got the job. I'll start tomorrow. So I texted my mom, and she was like, wow, really? And I was like, yep. You know, I was cheesing real hard. I couldn't wait. So the next morning I woke up for work or whatever, you know. It was just ordinary thing, like going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home, like it wasn't nothing new. But like after a while, like almost time for me to graduate, things started to fall downhill. So just like, for one, I don't know if she was getting tired of me or something or what it was, because after a while I just really started getting pissed off, like, why is she acting like this all of a sudden? But you know, she needed a new person in her shop because she didn't really have any assistants. I was really the only one showing up for work. I was, you know, committed to my job. She had other assistants, but they weren't showing up because they had other stuff to do. She was always bragging about me and stuff like that. I was basically getting majority of the money compared to anybody else working with her. So it was a really good job. I was getting paid up front, didn't have to wait on a paycheck, wear whatever I wanted. All I had to really wear was like an apron thing so I wouldn't get my clothes dirty. When I would do hair and wash hair and stuff like that, I was folding towels and stuff like that. She can literally do a crochet in like 15 minutes. Usually when I do a crochet, it takes me about a few hours or so, depending on what type of crochet it is. So she was really skilled in that and stuff like that. You know, she had her license or whatever she went to school for, so of course she would be the main one doing hair. But it wasn't really like a big public hair salon. It was more like a private hair salon, you know, her hair salon was probably like the size of my room and another room. So her, you know, her shop wasn't really that big, and she was only really the main hairdresser working in there. So all she really had was working with her was assistants. But I was the main assistant because I was showing up for work like I was supposed to every week. I think I was working probably like 3 to 4 days a week, and I got paid like $60+ a day that I worked. So she ended up wanting another person working in there. So, you know, she told me about this girl that was working at a hair store nearby. And she said, you know, she knows how to braid and stuff like that. She's getting tired of working where she's at because she said that her boss is, I don't know, something wrong with her or whatever. Like, she just don't like working there. So she ended up basically hiring her after she quit. You know, she had her in training for like a few days to a week. She wanted to see how she braided and stuff like that. She, you know, she just wanted to get used to her. Now me, I didn't really do all of that type of stuff because for one, I can't braid. But anyway, after a while, she was like kind of acting funny. Is it just me, or is like she acting different because she got a new assistant? So after the girl was basically officially hired, she was out of training or whatever, which wasn't for long because she didn't really have much to train for. And the week of my graduation, I was really busy. That was around the time that she basically hired her. I was really busy. I feel like maybe that was the start of her acting different because, you know, I was still young at the time and she already knew that. I had stuff I had to do, so I couldn't be available when she wanted me to. She always told me, oh, you need to be on standby, you need to do this, you need to do that. Like, no, you need to give me a professional schedule. I'm not about to be up at 6 o'clock waiting for you to call or text me like, oh, come into work. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, when I'm asleep, my phone is on silent. Well, technically my phone is always on silent, but I'm not about to be up all day waiting on somebody to text me about a job. No. So you let me know in advance when you want me to come in, because for one, like I said, I don't have a car, so I can't just come into work whenever I want to. If I don't have immediate transportation, how am I going to get to work? Because I'm not walking. That's a far walk. For one, it's all the way like across town. So you won't see me doing that because I'll be extra late. It'll probably take me like an hour or so just to get to work on. So, especially since it was early in the mornings, like, I really need to know if I have a ride, because if she doesn't come pick me up, how am I supposed to get to work? I can't rely on anybody else. So I wasn't about to do that. Sometimes she actually did that. I think one time she called me at like 6 something in the morning and I was asleep, and I didn't see it till like maybe 7 or 8 o'clock. So I found out too late. And there was another time she texted me while I was asleep. But the day before, like when I had work, she told me I didn't have to work that day. And then all of a sudden she called me in like, oh, coming to work.
So I was like, really?
And just before like I had got ready and stuff like that, I called my mom and stuff, but she was about to leave, so I had to get somebody else to take me. So it was just too much going on at the moment, because for one, not only did I have to graduate, we was going on vacation like the week after. So I had stuff I had to buy, I had stuff I had to do. I had to go back and forth to different places so I could get stuff done. So the day before I left the beach, she ended up going on vacation. And she didn't come back till the week after on Wednesday. You know, I'm just waiting to go to work because that whole entire week I was spending money. You know, I had to get my hair and my nails done. I had stuff I had to buy for graduation and the beach. So it was just too much going on. So I had spent a lot of money. Even at the beach, you know, like I had to pay for my own food and stuff like that. So basically out of money. I think I had like over $700 in my wallet. But still, the thing is that even though I wasn't out of money, I was still waiting to go to work. So I was just sitting in the house chilling or whatever, waiting for her to call me in. So my mama, she finally texted her, you know, and she was like, no, she doesn't work this week. So I was like, alright, so maybe I'll work next week or something. So the week after that week that she had came back from Florida, she ended up calling me into work on a Thursday, which is unusual because I usually come in like, sometimes I come in Wednesdays. Majority of the time it's either like Wednesday or Thursday. Came into work and the other assistant that she has there. So I don't know, like, if she had started working the week when she had came back from Florida or not, because it seemed like as if she was basically pushing me off to let her work, when I was like, okay, so we could just work together, like we're both assistants, so you'll have more help in the shop instead of just bringing one of us along. Like, that's basically how it was when you first hired me. You didn't have nobody else to really come in to work but me. But now all of a sudden, now that I've been the one being more committed and I've worked longer than her, why is she all of a sudden working when we could just both be working at the same time? Like, so she was there or whatever, and she told me to come in, but I wasn't even there long. And not only that, I wasn't even really doing anything. I was sitting down for the majority of the time. I think I was only there for about 3 hours or 4 hours, when usually I'm there for like 6 to 7 hours. And not only that, I don't even think I came in that early. But anyways, so she kept asking me, you know, you ready to go, you ready to go? So it was probably about like 2 something in the afternoon. So I got in the car, you know, she took me home or whatever. She gave me, I think, $20 or $25. I was like, really, this is not my natural pay. I usually get paid like $60, at least $60. So why you all of a sudden give me 20?
Like, what am I supposed to do with 20?
What was the point of me coming into work when I was here for like 4 or 5 hours? Even though I was just sitting down, like, I was still here, like I didn't have to come. But out of all of that, I got $25.
Really?
So she told me, you know, before I got out the car, that she was gonna give me some more money. She never did. So then I was like, okay, maybe this is just a warm-up. I mean, you know, it probably won't keep happening like this. So the week after that, the same thing happened. She wanted me to come in to work on a Thursday around the same time I did the week before. I was like, you know what? I ain't got time for this no more. Like, I don't want this type of job if you gonna give somebody else my spot, basically, after I've been working here alone. So basically, she, you know, betrayed me. She replaced me. Like, what gives you the right to give somebody else my job and let them have the position I have, and all the work that I put into it, it basically just went all to waste. If it wasn't for me, the help that you had, you wouldn't have had it. Because I know at the time you really needed me, because your other assistants or whoever you was relying on to come in to work wasn't doing the job. So I did it. Then on top of that, she puts my mom in a situation and blocks her off of social media. For what? Like, it wasn't my mom's decision to take you off my social media. I did that on self. Because for one, you did some messed up stuff. Like, why would you even do that? If you do that to me, I'm going to take you off my social media because I don't want to see your face. That's how I feel. Whatever social media on, I'm
Taking you off, period.
And I just feel like, what was the point when she could have just been fair and let both of us work at the same time? We both could have been coming in to work 4 days a week or 3 days a week, getting paid $60 and up. Like, that was basically what was happening to me before she even came in the picture. And then all of a sudden she get a new assistant. It's like I'm out of the picture. Now it's just them two buddy. I don't get it. At the same time, I don't regret the job. I don't regret working there. I don't regret getting close to her and having a friendship with her, because if it wasn't for the job, the stuff that I had to do at the time, I wouldn't have been able to do it, because I would have had to rely on my mama, or I wouldn't have been able to do it at all. So, you know, I appreciate the job while it lasted, but I still wish, you know, sometimes it would have worked out. I thought I would have been working there at least like sometime this year, or at least until I start school, but I guess not. But that's okay. But that is the end of my story time. If you enjoyed this video, please like and comment, subscribe to my channel, watch all of my videos. If you missed my last video, I will leave the link down in the description. If you like story times and you want me to tell more, please like and comment, and I'll see you beauties later.